Good day. So, I hope you're doing well during your modular learning. So, here is a recorded lecture for this lesson using dictionary, thesaurus, and online sources. So, ang sabi ng president nyo that you need a lecture. So, I do hope that you're watching your lecture. Okay, so may type your name below in the comment box by your name. Okay, so I just want to know who watched this lecture. Okay, so now let's start with short review. I no longer remember where did we end our last discussion. Okay, so probably I'll just uh start with review with the first slides. And I want to inform you ahead that I'm not feeling well, so please excuse my voice and also if there are unnecessary noise you've heard. Okay, so now let's start with this slide. Okay, so again, if you have read an unfamiliar word, first you may use context clues to identify how it is used in the sentence. If the meaning is still vague, still unclear, you may use the dictionary if it's available. And before using the dictionary to use it properly, please check the preface and the notes. So there it indicates the abbreviations or symbols that are used for entire dictionary or entire book. So it contains explanations of those. And then we also have, sorry, you have to remember that there are several words with similar meaning. Okay, so if you want to know what is the best word for your sentence, so check the meaning of those words. Okay, so check and check until you find the word that fits the context of your sentence. So again, we have prefix. It is a type of affix that you add at the beginning of a base word that modify or change the meaning. Okay. So here are the examples of prefixes that we have. We have an, re, and these. Okay, so the word an means not or opposite. We have here the examples uncertain, uncommon, and undo. We have re meaning again or back. So we have the examples rebuild and revisit, and also the word or prefix this also means not or opposite. So we have examples disagree, disappear, and disappear. Next, okay, besides from the preface or notes, we also have the part of a dictionary, which is the guide word. Okay, so from the word itself, it will guide you to easily find a main entry or a word entry. Now let's have the main entry or word entry. The main entry or word entry is any word that the dictionary defines. Okay, any word that you're looking for in the dictionary, that's how we call it. The main entry or the word entry. For example, the word saw, the word watch, okay? Its appearance is in bold face, okay, in a dark type. So any single words, base word, compound words, abbreviation, affixes, and phrases. So again, always remember, do not be confused with the information we have here. Okay, we have 8 parts of speech. Okay, these are just several of the abbreviations that you use for the parts of speech. Okay, so always check the preface and the notes because each publisher has a different abbreviation that they use. But these are the universal. Okay, most of the sources use these abbreviations. Now let's go to the restrictive labels or the subject labels. So we have three. We have field, usage labels, and the geographic labels. Okay, So, what is the use of restrictive or subject label? Okay, we use these if a word has a special meaning. Okay, so for example, field, we have MUS for music, MED for medicine, ZOOL for zoology. Usage labels, we have slangs, colloquial, dialect, and such, and geographic labels such as NE for New England, West, South, and etc. So I have an example here for the field, specifically music. For the word rock, okay, for example. Okay, for the word rock, we have several meaning. So, meron tayong noun na rock na bato. Meron din tayong rock under the music. Okay, so kapag nakalagay na dun yung meaning for the field music, MUS period, nakalagay sa type of music genre or this is a music genre, etc. Okay, kung anong meaning na no music genre na yon. Okay, so ganun po nag-work ang restrictive label or subject label. Ini-indicate niya na itong word nito ay may special meaning under this specific label po. So that is the use of restrictive label. Then the next one is spelling. It is important or it somehow helps if you know how to spell out a word. Okay, you can easily find it if you know how to spell out a word. So here is an example of a dictionary. Okay? So hindi siya actually ganito, pero meron tayong this picture. Okay? So how it looks. Okay, so we have, as you can see at the top corners, the guide words. Okay? So the word or the guide word in the left indicates that it is the first word on that page. Okay? Ibig sabihin, nasa pinakataas ng page na iyon, etong word na to. Ito yung unang word na dinefine sa page na to. For example, this is page 10. So, page 10, pinakataas makikita mo, etong word ang dinefine. Okay, ano naman po yung nasa right? Okay, kabaliktaran naman po. Yung nasa right na word na nakadefine, yun yung nasa pinakadulo. Okay, kaya po sinasabi ang guide word will help you to easily find uh, a word entry or main entry that you are looking for. Okay? Kasi nakalagay na kaagad doon sa taas pa lang habang naghahanap kayo, ano yung una't dulong words sa page na ito. Okay, so mag-move ka lang na mag-move ng page if hindi mo pa siya nakikita or hindi pa siya in between the guide words. Okay, so you move lang na move ng page. So kaya nakakatulong po ang guide words. And next one, we have the word entry. Nakikita naman po. Then, the pronunciation. Next one is the part of speech na kinabibilangan. As you can see, meron tayong number 1 and number 2. That means we have two meanings for this word entry, for the word flat. Okay? So, after nung number, we have first one, restrictive label, countable. That refers to countable noun. Okay? Ando nakalagay si British English. Okay? So, the type of English that we have or usage label. Okay, under slang. Okay, then after the restrictive label, the meaning we have the illustrative sentence. It could be in a form of sentence or a form of phrase. Okay, then after that, we have the second meaning. Again, meaning ulit, illustrative sentence or phrase again. Then we have the related forms. Okay, so ano yung possible the form? Okay, pag sinabi natin V period, that refers to verb. Okay, we have flatted, flatting, and flats. And the last one is etymology, which refers to the word history. Okay, saan po nanggaling ang word na to? Okay, so ibig sabihin, from Middle English, okay, Old Norse, meron na tayong the word flat. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce the word, but yung flat plus R, okay, so that is the original word. kung saan po nanggaling ang word na flat. Yan lamang sa etymology, the word history or the origin of the word, kung saan siya ano yung unang word form niya. Then the thesaurus, for thesaurus, okay, so again, kanina we have the dictionary. Now, we have the thesaurus. So, when do we use thesaurus? If you're looking for a word, okay? If you need a word to use, okay? So, it is the best place to look for synonyms and antonyms. Nandun lahat ng synonyms, ang mga kasing kahulugan ng word na yon, and the antonym, ang kasalungat. Okay, so at the end of discussing what is a thesaurus, we have to look for what is the best word that describes fear but focuses more on the wariness. Okay? So again, for example, might want a word that means fear, the kind of fear that causes more worry than pain. Okay, so later we will find out that one. Okay, then we have two forms of thesaurus. Do not forget, we have dictionary form and traditional form. Pag sinabi natin dictionary form, just like a dictionary, okay? It's alphabeticalized, A to Z. Okay, sunod-sunod lang yon. So, for example, we have the word fear. Okay? Nakalagay siya sa F. And then, lahat ng synonyms and antonyms yan nandun na. We don't need to browse the other parts of the thesaurus. On the other hand, we have the traditional form. Okay? The difference of traditional form from the dictionary form, it has index or the alphabetical index. Okay? We usually have traditional form when a thesaurus is printed. Bakit po? Traditional form lessen the pages that we have on our book sa thesaurus natin. Okay, so later you will find out paano kaya nababawasan ni index with the help of index yung uh, pages ng thesaurus. Now, let's go to our example. So, first we have here an intent. The word intent. Ang meaning niya daw ay fully committed to achieving a goal under the part of speech adjective. Okay? Then, hanap tayo ng synonym ni intent according to the given meaning. Okay, so again, si index ay alphabetical. So, start siya sa A. Punta tayo dun sa may I hanggang makarating tayo sa intent. Okay, nakikita po ba yung word na attention, will, design, and active? I hope you find those words already. Okay? Ibig sabihin yung mga synonyms. Okay? Words na halos similar ang meaning sa word na intent. Okay? Then may nakikita kayo number beside it. It indicates the paid. Okay. Sorry. With interruption. Okay? The pages. Okay? So you look at several words that we have here. Okay? So, sa tingin nyo ba anong mas okay na word na gamitin? Attention, will, design, or active. So, yung naghahanap pa ng words, so decided na, instead to use the word intent in the sentence, active na lang. Okay? So, here she thinks that the word active is the best fit. Okay? According to his or her sentence or the context that he or she wants to describe. Okay, now let's go back to kanina. Doon sa binigay ko sa inyong example. Okay, so we are finding what is the most appropriate word for fear if we want to describe or we want to focus on the awareness than the pain or the pain that it causes. Okay? So here are the synonyms, okay? Tingin po sa synonyms, we have anxiety, concern, despair, dismay, doubt, dread, horror, jitters, panic, scare, suspicion, terror, unease, and uneasiness. And worry also. So balik tayo dito. Punta tayo sa sentence, okay? So, Ginny experienced a certain amount of, okay, dito yung word na ilalagay natin, yung mapipili nating word, over the upcoming exam. So, instead of fear, let's find synonyms ng fear na mas appropriate kesa doon. Okay, so Ginny experienced a certain amount of blank over the upcoming exam. So, I'll give you a minute, okay, to scan the synonyms and sa tingin nyo ay kung ano ang tamang word. Okay? So you may type on the comment box ano yung sa tingin yung word and sabihin mo sa akin if you got it right or hindi po. If you're still at this part of the video, I hope you are. Okay? Okay. So I hope nakapili na kayo no, kung anong mas appropriate na word sa sentence na to. Okay, so the answer is actually anxiety. So instead of using the word fear, mas appropriate sa ating context ang word na anxiety. So Jenny experienced a certain amount of anxiety over the upcoming exam. Okay, and the last one is the use of internet. So you use World Wide Web, Merriam-Webster, and Oxford Dictionary. Okay, so ano lang naman siya, parang digital version or platform ng ating dictionary and thesaurus. Okay, marami pang iba. Pwede din sa Google, meron din ang ating mga search engines, and there's a lot of digital platforms na nagpapakita, services as a dictionary and thesaurus. I think Britannica is one example too. Okay, so let's have the activity, determine the part of dictionary entry by using the jumbled letters of the term and provided meaning. So we have here 10 uh sorry, 10 items. And then let me know at the comment box once again ilan yung nakuha yung score. Okay? Mabilis lang tayo. Okay? Babasahin ko din, ibibigay ko agad yung answer. And blank word listed alphabetically shows how a word is spelled and how words of more than one syllable is divided. The answer here is entry. Okay, it is entry word. Number 2. The blank has symbols to show how to say the words. The answer is pronunciation. Next one. A label gives a function or functions of a word, which refers to part of speech. Then the next one, forms such as plurals or the comparative forms are often given. The answer here is related forms. Then here, definitions or meanings are numbered. So when do we number or put numbers on meaning or number the meanings? Okay, if it has multiple definitions. Number 6, unblank sentence or phrase show how a word is used, okay, on a given meaning or the context that it has. Okay, it is illustrative sentence. Unblank, a word history tells the origin of the word. Example natin kanina from the Middle English. Yes, it shows etymology. Then unblank shows which syllables are said with special force. There is a certain pitch and stress. Okay. The answer here is accent. Number 9, sometimes a blank study shows the shades of meaning. Okay, so merong mga words na malapit ang meaning sa word na yon. Meron namang medyo malayo-layo na, pero we still consider it as a synonym, okay? The synonym study. And the last one, this starts with letter H, okay? A blank is spelled the same as another word, but has a different origin and meaning. The answer is homograph. Okay? So, katulad ng example natin, saw and watch. Okay? Si saw, dalawa ang meaning niya, pero it refers to, sorry, same spelling but it refers to different meaning. Meron siyang iba-ibang meaning. And also with the word watch, okay, dalawa ang meaning na pero same ang spelling. Iba din ang ibig sabihin. May question po. Kung may question, you may type on the comment box below. So, I hope you're done with your assignments. Again, reminder sa mga hindi pa nakapag-upload na assignment, upload it on the Google Drive link. Okay, so I hope you're done with this activity. Okay? Make sure bago mag-quiz, nakapagpasa man lang ng assignment na. So, again, that's it for the lesson using dictionary, thesaurus, and online sources. So, I hope you will remember this lesson until next week because our next lesson is still related with this one and the previous lesson that I discussed. Again, if there are questions, you may comment below. Good luck with your quiz.